Hello friends, welcome back at our channel Jano by Abhishek. Today it is day 9 and in this class we are again going to learn a topic which is going to help us in our spoken English. And this is the topic reading techniques. It is also one of the ways which can help us a lot in our spoken English. Okay, before that I go through the reading techniques through which you can definitely increase and improve your level of English. Before that I would like to discuss that what are the importance of reading. Even if you are not fond of reading book, then still there are some situations, there are some cases where you have to read. And even in our daily life we also read some content which are in English. Okay, so we cannot say if we are not fond of reading book, then we don't like to read and we don't read then at all. No, we read. Like you can see there are any terms and conditions whenever we download any app. In that case we will have to agree it. In that situation we need to read. Okay, if you are working in any corporate sector, then there can be any mail, there can be any letter. Okay, if you are signing any contract, in that case you need to read those contract papers. Okay, and if you have taken any policy, so in that case you will need to read all the terms and conditions and policy papers of that policy. And in the same way, you in daily basis we have to read our WhatsApp messages. Okay, so in this way we can see there are many things which we have to read even we are not reading books. Okay, so we cannot say we don't read books, so we no need to learn this thing of reading, how to read. Okay, we need to learn it so that we can read our other things, because reading is one of the way of consuming a content. Okay, so even in our daily life if we see everything, whenever we buy, okay, so things have become in English, most of the things. Okay, there is your selection. If you are selecting Hindi, so it will show in Hindi. By the way, default you will see all the things in English. Okay, if you are purchasing anything, the written content will be on that wrapper, on the box will be in English. Yeah, so importance of English is very much is there. So let's see what are the benefits you get when we read. What are the benefits we get? First benefit which we get, that is concentration power. What? First one is concentration power. Whenever we read any content, when we consume any content, okay, while reading, in that case we need concentration power. Otherwise we will not able to understand what the detail is trying to give that content. Yeah, so to read, to understand the detail of the paragraph, or of if it is an article. Okay, so in that case you need to understand it. So for this, a concentration power is very important. So it helps us to increase our concentration power. In the beginning definitely you will little bit distract, you would not like to read it. But the thing is that if you will go, even the situations are coming like this, but still you are reading, gradually start from one page, one paragraph. Okay, it will help us much a lot to improve us. Okay, second thing, what happens whenever we read, while reading, what happens, we go through the words, we go through the sentences, that how does it frame. Yeah, and how the people are writing, though whosoever has written those things. So we are getting to know the structure of a sentence, which is very important in our spoken English. Yes, because whenever we are reading in this way, we are reading a sentence, we are getting to know how to frame a sentence. Okay, so in this way we are making sentence. Okay, we are getting to know various ways of making the sentence, which help us in our speaking. Whenever we speak any sentence, so how do we have to frame it, helps here. Okay, so this is the second thing which help us, and through which we can improve our English. Third one is that vocabulary. whenever we read, we go through so many words. And the thing is that in our spoken english we need words, we need vocabulary to communicate with someone, so that we can say, we can deliver whatever we want to say. Sometimes we don't able to get the words, that how can we say to this, on which words should we use. Okay, lack of vocabulary, it happens, it is just a part of journey, it happens, it is very natural. Okay, as you will go, as your level will up, the vocabulary list will increase in your mind, the vocabulary, the words will increase in your mind. Okay, and that's how it works. Okay, so we saw the three benefits of reading. First one is concentration power. So first one is concentration power. Second one is sentence structure, that how can we frame it. Okay, we get so many various ways. Third one is vocabulary, it helps us to build vocabulary, which is very important in our spoken english. Yes, so this was all the benefits of reading, just reading. See, we are here for spoken english, and we think if we want to learn spoken, so we need to speak. Yes, you are right, we need to speak. You know, there is a line, there is a saying, that if you want to improve your spoken, so you need to speak. But if you want to improve, what are you saying, what are you speaking, so you need to read. You need to consume content by reading. Okay, so what this saying is trying to say, this saying means kahawat. So this saying is trying to say that if you want to improve, you just want to speak in english, so speak. Okay, so in this way you will improve yourself, and you will get to know, yeah, that's how we have to speak. But if you want to improve, what are you saying, what are you saying means, what are you delivering, that content, what is that content, is it useful or not, is it informative or not. Okay, it has something reliable or not, we can rely on data, on in the information which we are delivering or not. If it is not, so it will not be good. Yeah, the quality, productivity of that content will not this much good. So what happens if we read, so we get so many data informations. Okay, which make our information up to date, and it will be reliable definitely. Okay, so this is the benefits which we get by reading. So reading is not just which we don't have to go there because we are learning spoken. No, in the spoken, reading is also a very major part. Okay, which play a very major role in our spoken. So reading is also we have to do in our journey. Okay, it helps a lot on the daily basis. If you can read, definitely you need to read even one page, you can start from one page. Okay, it's very important. Okay, as you know, we talked about in our previous topic, it was about listening, how to listen. Yeah, so I had suggested some channels like bbc channel here, joe's talk, tedx. These are the platforms through which you can listen other people's. Okay, and you can improve your english by listening. Okay, it was in our previous class. In the today's class, we are going to see what are the ways of reading through which we can improve our spoken english. Okay, so let's talk about the reading techniques. What are those techniques which through which we can help, we can improve our reading. Okay, if you will improve your reading, then that thing will improve your spoken english. Okay, so all the things are interlinked with each other. Okay, we don't have to leave any one of them, we will have to go through every part. Okay, so let's see these four techniques. Before that, let me tell you what are those four techniques. First one is skimming, scanning, and close reading, and last one is deducing method. These all are the ways through which we can improve our reading. These are the techniques of reading, and I know most of them you have been doing it, but you would not know by the name of those things. Now let's discuss them and how better you can make yourself. Okay, by just reading. Let's start. Let's see, are those techniques, what are those techniques. So friends, now let's start our those four techniques of reading through which we can improve our spoken. Okay, because these all are interlinked. So anyway you are using, anyway there are many ways. Okay, so anyway you are using, which is going to increase your information level, it will also help in your content level. And if you would have content, then definitely it will help you in your speaking. Okay, now let's see what are those four ways of reading techniques. Okay, what are those techniques? First one is skimming. Okay, before we go through this, we can get to, first we can see what is the meaning of skimming. Skim means to remove something quickly, to remove quickly. Okay, so here the skimming, it is a way through which you can just go through the words, not in detail, not in detail, you are just going through it, the words, so that you can get to know what is the main idea of that article, that paragraph, or that content, whatever is written. Okay, so it is just a way through which you are just going through the words so that you can get to know the main idea. If you are searching, if you are just looking the content to get to know the main idea, so that process we call skimming. Okay, we are also reading it, but not in the way as we usually read. We are reading it in just getting a idea of it. Okay, getting an idea of it. We can see the example of this. Let's suppose if we are going in a on a road, and we got any pamphlet. In that case, we just see what is the main idea of that pamphlet. Okay, we don't go through everything. If the content is related to you, then you go for the detail. Otherwise, you just see why are they distributing, what is going on there. So you just take pamphlet and you just see what is the main idea of it. Okay, so what is the purpose of distributing those pamphlets. Okay, so in that case, this process you follow, skimming. Okay, one more that if we see on some places there is written on board. Okay, so in that case, when we read it, then still we are not going for the details, everything. Okay, we just see why is it there, why that board is there, so we can get an idea by going through the words. There we are reading, but quick reading, so that is called skimming. This is a process of getting just main idea of that content. It's called skimming. Clear? Now the second one we have been using in our daily life, like scanning. Okay, scanning. In the scanning, what do? We also read the text quickly. We read the text quickly for what? To find some specific information, like what? Like numbers, names. Okay, numbers, like it can be any kind of data, it can be year, date, it can be birth date. Okay, any data in form of number, and it can be any name, it could be of a person, it can be of an institute. Okay, so if there is a paragraph, if we say you will have to find the person name. Okay, so you will not read the content, each word. You will just go through the written content, and you will try to search name of that company or name of person, just. Okay, so in that case, you are not going in detail of the text, that what does it trying to say. Yes, so that process we call scanning. Example, as you can see in your phone, whenever you have to search a contact number of any person. In that case, you don't go through every you in that case, you can don't go in detail of all the contact numbers. You just see them in upper way, and you just scroll them. Okay, so very quickly you do. Here you are not going in detail, but still you will get your those number which you want, because the process which you are following, that is scanning. In that case, what we are seeking, we just look for this. Okay, so this is one. And one more example of scanning can be that let's suppose you are stuck on you have been stuck on any word. You are not getting the meaning of this. So in that case, you what do you take? If you are taking dictionary, in that case, there are so many words, so you don't go in detail of every word. Do you go? No, we don't go. So what do? We just go through the words, and as the alphabets is about to come, which word we are seeking, then we start to focus on the words. Otherwise, before that, we don't focus in detail. Yeah. So this is what, this is scanning. We are reading, but another way. That is what it is, scanning. Okay, it is clear. These both are the ways we have do in our daily life. Okay, so these are the techniques of reading. What third one, that is close reading. This is the one which we generally do. Let's suppose if you are reading any book, so how will you read? Definitely, if you are reading, so you are reading to get to know what the whatever has written in that book. Yeah, you are not reading it just for any other thing. You are reading so that you can understand what is written in that. Okay, so to read in detail for better understanding, to read in detail for better understanding. Why do we read any book? In our subjective book, if you will see, why do we read? So that we can understand in detail what is written in that. So if you are reading any content in the way so that you can understand every text, every word, this is called what? Close reading. Close reading. What is the, as you can understand by close, close has two meaning. First one is close, means band in Hindi, and second one is pass. Second one is pass. So here close reading, so meaning is coming out like this. Close reading means you are reading in detail to the texts. Okay, it's clear. Good. Now the third one is deduce meaning. Deduce meaning. Here the word deduce means to assume. Deduce means to assume. Now it is very simple. Deduce meaning, if whenever we read any content, so what happens, all the vocabulary word, it's not possible that we would know. Already we would know, it is not going to happen. There is no person who will know all the vocabulary. Definitely, if you have been collected so many vocabularies, you remember so many vocabularies, then still it can be possible that you get any word and which meaning you don't know. Yeah, it happens, it is very normal. So what do you have to do in that case? You need to deduce. In that case, you cannot go in dictionary time on daily to daily. Okay, means again and again you cannot go for dictionary for each and every word which you are getting. Let's suppose you are walking on the road, you are listening to someone. Okay, if the speaker is saying, on that case you are listening. In the meeting, if someone is presenting something, in these cases you cannot go for a Google, you cannot go for the dictionary. Okay, but the problem is that you will have to understand on the spot. So what can you do? You can deduce. You can deduce. It is the another way of reading. It is the another way of deducing meaning. It works in both, in listening also, in reading also. So whenever I'm reading, I got any word which meaning I'm not getting, so I have a way what I can assume what could be the meaning of that word. How can you assume? Because I have been reading this paragraph, so I know what is the main idea on which thing that paragraph is. Yeah, so in that case, first of all, I would know the main idea of that. And the second, what is the sentence trying to say? What is the sentence trying to say? From that I will also get to know, yes, what could be the meaning of that. You can assume at least, and later on, if you are remembering that word, if you have remembered, so you can search it on later. Okay, otherwise, this is the best one, you can assume. Okay, let's see an example. Like I can take for this example, he jumped he jumped from the he jumped from the wall spontaneously. He jumped from the wall spontaneously. Here, the meaning of spontaneously, I don't know. Okay, but the thing, we will have to understand the what is the sentence is trying to say. He jumped from the wall. He jumped from the wall spontaneously. So somewhere the vibration which is coming, that what could be the meaning of that? That is suddenly. That is suddenly. That is suddenly. What? It is suddenly. So here, what happens? I read a sentence and I'm just assuming what could be the meaning. Okay, so what I got suddenly. Okay, so these all were the four ways through which you can improve your reading, so that reading helps you to improve your spoken English. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this class also, because this is also a one of the way which is going to help you in your spoken English. See friends, one doesn't know how to improve, they always ask. So now here we know very well there are three ways. This one is listening, this one is looking, yeah, looking means by looking we can read, yeah, by speaking. So these are the three ways: speaking, listening, and reading. If you are working on these three ways, so definitely you will improve your English, and it is just my commitment that definitely it will work, because these are the three ways through which you are going to consume the content, and how much content you will consume, that much you will improve yourself. Okay, so best of luck from my side, and I hope you will read on daily basis at least one page start reading book, which will help you a lot. Okay, so let's give me a permission to meet from all of you in our next video. Till then, keep smile, and still if you have any doubt you can comment below. Okay, thank you so much.